Hello. Hi. Can everyone hear us? We're live from the Rebel Cop HQ. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. If anyone can just let me know if you can hear us all as well, just by giving us a thumbs up or raising your hands real quick. It'll be really awesome. Thank you. Thank you guys all for joining in on a Thursday morning, which I'm sure everyone will be busy on. And, we all have a lot of things to do. But again, thank you so much for joining my masterclass, wherein the idea behind these masterclass and these kind of learning sessions is to actually help more businesses in, obviously getting online, getting themselves out there, everything that we spoke about in the reels before leading up to this, and even some of the emailers, or if you've seen our ads, anything that you might have seen. It's the idea is simple, that today we want to help. Today, if you're a small business, you're a large business, whoever you might be, you're going to need to get online and establish yourself. And today it's easier than ever because of technologies like what we've been able to do at Rebel Corp today. We've helped businesses which are just starting out of a bedroom to guys who have almost 20 offices globally in scaling, helping them. And the most important thing is manage their entire business online. So first thing I would like to do is introduce our guest. Today we're doing something very different for all of those who are joining in. What we'll be doing is we've got Mr. Narendra Shenoy, who's an entrepreneur himself. He's a very, very renowned person in the podcasting space. He was one of the early users on Twitter that really drove India Twitter. He was one of the guys. He's still got like around a good following there, everything. And he's somebody who is honestly embodies the spirit of entrepreneurship and doing more. So the idea today, what we want to do is have a little fun. And Narendra has been kind enough to come in and agree to help us in taking his business online actually in half an hour. So we're not going to actually be doing any design. We're not going to be doing a tutorial. This is a real life case. His business, Active Auto Installation, which I'll let him also give a little time to speak about and understand his journey about his life. Is something that we all can learn from. And today, I'm hoping in the process of what we build for him, a lot of people who are out there in the audience where you can take inspiration and try to do something and actually build something on their own. So thank you firstly for joining us, Narendra. So it's a pleasure to have you here.
Oh, it's very exciting for me. I'm from another generation. I'm from a generation that doesn't understand much about. Though I've had a Twitter. I've been on Twitter. I've been on blogging, and I've been on podcasting.
Yeah.
And but I really don't know how all this works. So I'm very sort of excited. A little bit of trepidation as well, but that's what it is. So I'll just give you a little background.
I think
what
that would
do.
be. I mean,
Yeah.
we did check out your blogs and everything. I think that's the next thing we got to. Next time
Yeah.
you're here, we're going to help you revamp and redesign, because we're going to definitely work on that. But why don't you tell us something about a little bit? I think for a lot of entrepreneurs or these guys joining in, your journey, because you've done your Manipal engineering,
Yeah.
and then you went on to doing an MBA at SP Gen.
Yeah.
So from there, how did the entrepreneurship?
So
foster you?
I studied at Manipal. My claim to fame is I was 2 years senior to Satya Nadella, and I was the person who told Satya Nadella, go work at Microsoft, and you can go and ask Satya. Anyway, that's jokes apart. I studied at Manipal and I did my MBA at SPJ, and I decided to go into business, into manufacturing, because I was very fond of my engineering, and we are into the automotive space, and automotive space is a very different kind of a universe, and it's just one second. Yeah. So, uh, it's a closed world. Okay, so when automotive companies want to buy something, they just don't go into the market and buy what they want. So you have to have nominated suppliers like us. So we've evolved over a period of time, and we have a lot of quality systems and the product we make, which I'm going to tell you a little bit about in a while. You have to get a particular level of competence and demonstrable competence in order to be a vendor to an automotive company.
Absolutely, yeah.
Therefore, we never felt the need to have a website, because there are like half a dozen really serious automotive companies.
Because even
And
your
they have
manufacturing
laws.
setup, all those requirements beforehand to supply to such a big company, I'm sure there's a lot of checks
Yeah.
that go into place.
So really nobody will look at my website. None of my customers are going to look at my website till recently.
Yeah.
what happened was, so I need to tell you something about the product that we make. Okay,
Yeah.
so we make something known as a melt sheet. Now, melt sheets, they're also known as sound deadening sheets, and they go an automobile, a car,
Yeah.
is basically a tin can. It's a can of sheet metal,
Yeah.
and by itself, it can be very noisy. But everything that hits it,
Yeah.
is just amplified, right? So just imagine sitting inside a can, and it'll be like. So in order to deaden the vibration, because the metal itself vibrates, you put these sheets, which are which melt when they are. So you put those sheets, you paint them, and you send them into an oven, which operates around 150 degrees. It bakes the paint.
Yeah.
It also melts these sheets. The sheets stick to the sheet metal, and they really reduce the level of sound. So that's why when you go in a car, you're able to converse.
Understood. So it's basically a very obviously highly technical product, which is so for you customers, or in essence, you all are obviously looking to supply, get in touch with more. For you, growth would mean more automobile companies directly being able to see you, reach you, visibility, getting all those things.
Correct. So that was the that's the product. And now lately, what has happened is because of cost reduction and because of optimization, actually, automobile companies don't put as much melt sheet as they would like to, because one, it adds to the cost of the car, and second, it makes the car a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
So if you want your mileage will be a little lower. But for someone who really wants to play good music in their car, or want to have a nice silent car with a good conversational ambience, they have to add something, and they can't. So we've in our industry, we have come up with, number of other companies also come up with this. They've come up with products that can be stuck onto the floor of the automobile, and that will give you a great deal of.
So this is something you can additionally purchase. You're saying after if you, irrespective of which car you may have or whatever. So like an aftermarket part that can actually be done. So the same thing that's actually being supplied to the cars and at the source is now available to public. So that is one of the reasons.
Yeah. So now I want to sell to the public. Now I know that the public wants my product. I never knew my public wanted the product.
Yeah.
The problem is, how do I get it to the public?
Right? Absolutely. Yeah.
So till very recently, to be very, very honest, I had a website many years ago, and it was an awful experience. So I had this guy whose name was Ram, and then Ram built me a website. It was very clunky, and everybody who looked at that website would laugh at it. And if I wanted to improve it, now I've paid Ram the money, Ram has disappeared.
Yeah.
And whenever I call Ram, it is more likely that the real Ram will come and not this guy. It was that difficult to get. So I wanted, which is why I contacted you, I wanted something where the reins of the whole chariot would be in my hand.
No, so I mean that is one, what is so correctly highlight a problem with a lot of guys even we meet today is this thing that they have a perception about a website being a technical thing. You need to have a guy, you need to have somebody who's there to take care of it for you. When in actual truth, what we're going to do today in 15 minutes will show you whatever Ram or whoever has built it for you previously actually is something that you can honestly do yourself because of the way technology is evolving today, and what are the different hacks and tricks that we can do, to actually make it a lot more easier and user friendly. More importantly, the thing is with business, as you said, when customers want to reach out to you, they want to see your product. What we believe deep down in our core philosophy at Rebel, which is actually written on our first lines over there on our website. It says build and manage. The and manage part is very easily forgotten.
Because your ideas keep changing, right? So for me, I'm very sure I have got some content, I have some images, I have some videos, and I have some write-ups and things in mind. But when I go into the market with all that, I'm very sure that I'm going to change my mind.
Yeah.
If there is feature A and feature B, and I highlighted feature A, I might realize that actually people are looking for feature B. So I want to change the write-up or change my images or videos to highlight feature B and not feature A.
100%.
And that should be in my hand.
That should be genuinely in your hand, because I feel like it's the same thing. We wear new clothes every day, right? We wear a new shirt to office. You do everything. And today, if I'm telling you, like, it's so simple to go and change everything, update your website. That's what we actually propagate to most customers is if your business is doing something every day new, you're coming in with a new thing. Why is it not reflecting online? That is something you can't just let it go, because today, I think the day and age we live in, there's more people, when the minute you tell them about your company, instinctively the first thing we do is open our phones and Google.
Yeah.
And if over there it doesn't look like you're very, you're active, or you're not, in participation with these kind of things, you're going to miss out on a lot of things which are happening to you. You go to exhibitions, we give our business card out to people with the URL on it.
Yeah.
So we don't realize we're subconsciously advertising, we're sending people to, well, not everyone will visit your sales office, but a lot more will. It's so simple today. By just typing your name, and you can actually visit your website, and that's as good as visiting your office. Whereas we treat it with that same kind of
and I'll tell you this thing about so we sell there's another company also that I have which makes other automotive parts, and they are sold in the spares markets. Our product not yet in the spares market. And how the spares market works is you have an automobile spares shop which has 5,000 parts. And it's impossible for you to see what parts he has. You have to know what to ask for.
Exactly.
And I want my website to educate my customers
100%,
so that they can go and ask the automobile shop that I want this particular product.
Got it.
So that's one of the objectives. So one of the objectives is, of course, that they should know about my company. One of the objectives is they should know about the product 100%. And what it's called and what to ask for. And the third, maybe they should have the sort of opportunity, or the facility to buy it off my website if they want. If somebody doesn't have the time or doesn't want to go to an automobile station, they should be able to.
100%. So today, what I think, now getting to what I think everyone who has joined us for, actually delivering you something like this is going to be one of our pleasures to be able to do it. So in my opinion, also this journey which is there, right, is going to be a very gradual journey. So this, in my opinion, what we are doing today for you, because there's no online presence, as you said, there might have been some online presence from a long time ago. It's to first update, revamp, and obviously make it look dynamic. I mean, today your screens are changing. How people are going to interface with the website is going to be different. I mean, in a few years, we're looking at having glasses which will have your website coming onto it. So you want to make sure at that point, everything that we're talking about looks good and it's available, and more important, it's easy to update. So on those lines, let's get on to actually designing and actually building this out for you. And eventually, how I see it is we're going to scale this journey for you. Where in first part, how we're going to have fun with it is get you online, do all the objectives, start generating the inquiries, maybe put the products out there, and maybe in the next few things, because it's in your control. The minute you get enough inquiries, you can, at a flip of a switch, get on to start selling online, doing all of these things online. That's what RebelCop sort of does. It enables you to do that. Start from like a one page, get your inquiries in. So for a lot of people, that's my entire point is today, if you have a business idea, right? And that's what we were even talking about in our reels and everything before, to educate people about, was when you have a place from where you can showcase your products, do everything, you can start taking inquiries. Exactly, the person is coming, and you're going to get a mail every time about it. You have that data sitting with you, and of 10 customers, if those people are telling you exactly what they want, they've come to your doorstep, I know you're going to close a deal and come back. So that's bound to happen. So let us get onto the builder, give you a little bit of tour of what we have in mind for you at RebelCop and everyone else. So all of the people who are online and joining me, you can again follow. I hope firstly a quick thumbs up that you're with us, and I hope you're enjoying our session so far before we get into this thing. All right, thank you so much. And so next thing we'll be doing, now you can obviously feel free to join along with me when we're doing the build, or not to worry, we'll be sharing you a video of the entire thing. So in case you're just sitting down and enjoy the show.
If everyone hangs on till the end of the seminar, webinar, one bonus joke about Narendra Shenoy and Mr. Narendra Shenoy being the same person.
Okay, let's see.
But you got to hang on till the end.
Sounds good. I think so. For those of you going onto it, as I mentioned, we can follow me step by step if you want to try doing it at the same pace. Otherwise, we will be giving you the tutorials. Will be shared to you on mail later as well, not to worry, and posted on our website and our social media as well. So without further ado, let me take you through our RebelCop platform, and Naren, so let us show you what we have in mind for you also. So for those of you visiting RebelCop for the first time, right, I'm going to quickly show you what exactly this is about. So for those of you who have never seen Rebel Corp is India's simplest all-in-one AI-based website builder platform. Here we allow businesses to get online, build, manage their entire website super easily. And as we said, you can start building off free. If you are a larger company, you have more requirements. There's a lot of information to be displayed. You can pick up a premium plan. You can build it yourself if you want to start off doing it. Otherwise, we do have experts available who will help you do the entire setup as well and just get everything up and running. Turn your sort of business presentation in like how you shared it with me today into a website without any coding. And then eventually, hopefully, the other part which everyone keeps forgetting it is that we make sure we have sessions like these to train you on how you can manage, keep doing more with your website, and not just leave it as one page poster, but rather as a complete solution for yourself which you can actually manage yourself. Cool. So getting to it, it all starts with step one is picking your template. For those of you who are not familiar with a template is basically a design from where you can, sort of start building.
You have it in Excel and
Yeah,
Word and everything.
exactly. So a lot of the tools, in our case, our templates are our website. So you can see, we can preview. So now if you're a jeweler, for instance, we have something for jewelry, which is out there, which is pretty good, ready. I mean, you've got your products being listed, you have your thing, there's a place from where people can connect with you as well. So there's different kind of things that you can do from here in terms of which business you are, what exactly you're looking to do. Good part is all of these which are there, right, are completely free to use and are modifiable. So sometimes if you don't even want to use a ready template, on Rebelcorp, we do have the feature wherein you can actually design from scratch. So for those of you who are very experienced or are looking to do something completely out of the box, don't just look at the template and say, oh, this is not for me. Again, it's a good starting point, for what it can end up into is completely up to your thing. So, where I would suggest for those of you who are looking to sort of build it in, right, is amazing places like Theme Forest, like these kind of places, resources that exist. And the other thing that you can do is always reference out from competitors. So when we're taking our design process for you, how it helps is if I visually, I'm already trying to understand what is it that I'm building. So Minna, I'm able to, capture that into my thought process that these are the blocks, these are the sections I'll have on my website. By looking at either theme or a template, I can start designing that exactly the way I want it. So in your case, we do have, because you said you are an automobile manufacturer, we actually have a really cool starting place for us to look at. So I'll just review it to you first to understand how it's going to be working. So this, as you can see, this is advanced auto parts, a template that we've designed for businesses which are very similar to you into automobile components. So as you can see, a template, it comes already formatted with all of the sections already with your products, your team, a product catalog if it needs to be uploaded, a clientele, maybe some testimonials. And the other thing which we were discussing, obviously the most important one is the forms. It's got a good, decent form that we can start with and then begin to design and make it look even better. The cool part about Rebelcorp is that this thing formats across all devices beautifully. So you can see that this
same thing will work on a phone as well.
Phone, tablet, you name it. So depending on however, where the products are, wherever your customers are.
That was going to be my question, because a lot of people these days, when you say a website, they'll open it on the phone.
100%. I mean, see, at the end of the day, you have no control. Really, the best part about having an online presence is that your customer should be able to reach you wherever you are, irrespective of the place, right? Which device they're on. The fact is, at a click of a button, what we are mentioning today, everybody is Googling. Or they're going on Instagram, they're seeing a profile. There's various ways in which
Googling, I know. I've had that experience. I don't have a web presence. When I tell them I'm from Active, I've seen people actually Googling, trying to find out.
And that instinctively happens. Like, it's just the way, day and age we live in. So what this should be able to do is at least give us a starting point, maybe help us customize this, replace it with your photos, your products, and start off with that. So what we're going to do is, first thing is let's get you registered onto our platform, and let's start with this one. So I'll just need to put in your basic details. One email address from where you will be able to control and manage all this.
So I'll just use my personal email. Shenoy.n@gmail.com. I can change that.
Yeah, you can change that later. So I'll just set up for now. And then after that, we'll have the entire thing set up also. In the phone number, if you've got one.
I have my personal phone number.
Yeah. Which I think we'll put that into place later for you.
Okay.
I'll right now start with a temporary phone number because we can change that later. Everything that you see is out there.
Yeah, so this including the registration field is customizable.
Yeah,
So I
100%.
can if I have
So
my,
that's your account details. So we
Yeah.
can change that later very easily as well. Not to
Correct.
worry. So we start off here. We're going to give it a name, obviously. So first thing that's going to ask us the system what it does is now that we've got a template ready, yes.
So now we are building the website.
We're actually in the process of building it. So
Okay,
you will
great.
see it happening now as we say. So we're going to call this active.
Auto installations. Or you can just have active also. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So however you want to name it, it comes down to you. Eventually, the ideas I'll show you later on how you can actually connect your own .coms and domains. So these are few, again, starting points for us in case we have brand colors, any color that you're using specifically right now. So you can actually color pick and use that.
So this is the thing also, because I've all these years, we never thought about it. So we've never really invested any energy into. So this is something which is work in process and will get finalized within.
And the good part is it's always in your hands, and I click of button can be changed.
I can change that.
Yeah. Myself. So because I think I'm going to stick with bringing a little more red. If that's more a color. I think
that's an automotive.
Automotive. Exactly. So let's use that one, and let's now get to the actual designing of the template and the colors and everything. So as you can see, when you arrive the first time, there's a tutorial video to guide you and everything, which is in this case, since I'm sitting right next to you, we can just pop this down. But the idea is that within this, right, you can see all the components, everything are super easy and intuitive. It's the entire backend that you're noticing is actually very straightforward because it's entirely based off PowerPoint, something that we all have spent years and decades using. So we kind of know that everything on this is completely customizable. So the basic idea around this component from here, you can design this whole page out. You've already got your sections, everything in place. What we'll do is try to replace this with information that you have. So today, again, for most of you who are joining and are trying to explore and learn, I'm going to give you some quick tips and guides also that where we can make this process faster. Because a lot of times what happens is we're not ready with content. We have no idea what to talk about. Many people don't come to us prepared with their photos and images. So that is another challenge. How do you create a website without images, photos, without content? How do you do that? So for that, I think these are a few pointers, a few tips which I would recommend anybody who's building right now. Use AI. There's a lot of things that you can do within AI to help you design it to
at this stage.
Yeah, like basically around these pointers, right? You will be able to sort of bring in different kind of things which are happening, all from here itself. So first thing I want to show you is if you preview this, right? So there's a little button here to preview the website. So whatever we keep changing, it'll be visible here. So as you can see, I've already got a great video on the template. But those of you who are curious, right? How do we get this video? Right, I'll just give a few tips to get your videos. You can try out. There's a place called Pexels. All right, so Pexels is a great place to find videos if you want to use them, stitch them up together, and actually start finding. So these are great, tons of royalty-free videos, which again you just have to give them references to, and you'll find them. So what we've been able to do, at least,
so you don't need this. You can pick and put into your website.
Exactly, you can stitch it up together. You can put some of your actual footage and create your own videos out of it. The other thing is how we've generated copy for this website of yours. Now, luckily, we were able to get one line from you, which in today's day and age is actually a blessing because having one line is as good as having everything thanks to AI. So the other place we went to most of you who are trying it out, right? We went to ChatGPT, and the prompt you can use to design it is help me design a landing page and provide me content for active auto installation, which is into the manufacturing of automobile components and parts. And again, the good part is because GPT is smart now, the minute you design this template, right, it's available on web through this URL. So you can actually say format the content back to me as per this URL and get a response back. So it will know exactly, like if now a headline has to come here, this has to come here.
So your ChatGPT is going to have a look at this and know what lines it's supposed to tell,
how many
and it will tell you what to put.
Right. Right now, how many characters are going in each section?
Amazing.
Yeah. So
I had something in mind, but let's see what ChatGPT says.
Yeah. So we've anyways designed that content and got ready to save us a lot of time. For those of this was the process to show everyone. So because we have short time, we have a lot of things to
do. You've done that before.
We've done that beforehand to save you guys the time and everything. So first thing that we're going to do is replace this logo. So if you have an image, right,
Yeah.
we can directly upload the
Yeah.
image logo as well
Yeah.
for Active Auto. So
We have a logo, but it's not a very good logo.
oh, no problem.
want
So
to
let
change
me
that.
do a thing. Let me instead replace it with a text option at least. Right now, because we can design our text, so we go onto the widget section. All right. And what we'll do is we'll add a heading here
Yeah.
where the logo is, and we'll just delete this image for now.
Mhm.
So that starts looking like what we want it to look. And here, let's give us the title.
Yeah. So that should be.
Yeah. We'll just center align this a little bit. And yeah, how about we give it a little bit of color also?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so the good part is you can play around with the fonts, whatever you have in mind also. So like if you want to make it look a little more, yeah,
Yeah.
there's more like it, right? So
Yeah.
you can play around. So we have the ability from where not only you can
And
style.
just quick question. Now, if I did make a logo,
Yeah.
how would I put it here?
So you can just replace it with the help of the image and just place it back there.
Just
Otherwise,
put some random image there.
yeah, sure. So there was a
Okay, so
yeah.
from this picker, you just add an image.
Yeah, so if you see in
Ah,
PowerPoint,
okay.
right, you have your
Okay.
tools, your
So
everything.
whatever artwork I have,
Yeah.
which my DTP guy or the creative guy or
Exactly.
whoever's done it, I can just pick it up as an image and put it there.
Put it there as well.
Okay,
Otherwise,
got
these
it.
sections were already designed and put. So most
Got
of the time, if you're prepping, the template has the section right for you. Like I'll anyway show you by changing and adding a few images for you of how that exactly looks. So for instance, if you want to change, now you were kind enough to share with me the image of one of your products.
Yeah.
Right. So what I can do is I'll simply show you how we upload that image. So we
Yeah.
upload the file the same way we do on a Google Drive or many other things which are there before.
Yeah.
And let us select this image which you shared with me of one of the components and the
Yeah.
sheets going in. So it sort of uploads here, and once it's uploaded, all you have to do is select on the image, and you'll notice it gets replaced exactly the way it is. And now, in order to just complete it, the same thing that happens on every software, the most important thing which we don't forget is the save button.
Yeah.
So you hit the save button, and you'll notice that instantly, wherever your customers are, whether this link is now being accessed, all the changes that we're doing is being accessed real time. You can see this image has been added. So like this, when it comes to text, it comes to the logo, it comes to anything that we're changing around, it's all happening real time, it's happening on cloud. And that's what makes a big difference, and why we're able to deliver a lot of things faster, because people today, there's a beautiful skill set coming up called UI UX design, wherein they are designing landing pages on these very complicated, amazing design software made by Adobe called Figma. And today, what we're able to do is to save time, right? If you want really high-end level design, which is fully graphically designed and everything, it makes life so much easier when you can just go in, click, upload, and actually be able to do all that instead of designing on the platform, then giving it to a developer to do it. That's how we would traditionally be working in the web dev space. That your design you would have a front end team, you would have a back end team. What we're able to do is, because your design is a very important part of what you're building, and functionality is something that usually requires coding in. It's still possible on this also to code and create more kind of applications for it, but more centered around the lines that, okay, you know what, this will be able
So
to
you're
do.
saying that you have that Adobe functionality in this?
It's sort of, no, we have a much simpler design element basically, which is going to be, because at the end of the day, again, you're not an Adobe designer. You want to change this
Yeah.
image. I don't need you to learn a new software. I need you to focus on your business. And that was the reason for us when we're designing everything. It was, we kept in mind saying every owner of their business should be able to go and make a change on
which
their
is
website.
exactly what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So coming on to the next thing, I'll show you how we're going to now start making this copy look a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is, we've got a little bit of content already made up, and thanks to the GPT, it didn't take too long. But we've got a little bit of company information with us, so we'll try replacing that here. So I think let's give a nice heading here which says something like welcome to Active Auto Installations.
Yeah.
We've got a great subheader also coming in before that, and we can find a nice supporting header like which can be a nice subheading for us to just go with the entire thing, complete this block. So I already had something in mind. I think this sounds great, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything you would want me to change up, or you do want to type something yourself also to this?
On this page, nothing. Really.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, in case you were not happy with the content, why also we have a few cool tools which I
or just change this into silence is golden
on top,
or just welcome to active. Instead of that, just put silence is golden.
Silence is golden.
Has got an exclamation mark. Yeah. And in this sound deadening pads, you can put active auto insulations privately, or just active auto insulations. That's enough. And here we can put that our sound deadening pads have been used for.
So in case this one, since something like this, I'll show you something very cool that we haven't built onto the builder. So this happens with a lot of people. Sometimes even when you generate it and you're actually placing the content, I mean, I have that feeling a lot, saying that I'm not too happy with the way this is looking or the way it's sounding. So I'll show you a very cool feature, which is signature to RebelCop. We have an inbuilt chat GPT function as well. So in case you already got a structure ready,
there's that icon.
Yeah, so there's an icon here that says improve your content with AI. We simply click on it, and here you have an option to expand, shorten the content, improve it in case you're like this.
Just click on improve. It'll be interesting.
Yeah. So
this little line at the
end. So there's improve. I'll show you the entire thing. You have even generate the text. So if you want to give it a prompt and then give it, say, generate me a character in 20 characters, provide me a subheading for this particular section, you can do that. We also have the things from where you can change the tonality. It sound professional, friendly, relaxed, playful, excited, a little more assertive. Whatever it might be, so you can change the tonality of what, and it's smart enough to understand that also. So that's a huge plus point when you're building in design, that you don't have to go through two softwares back and forth.
This is also happens. So your mind hits a block because you think only one or two or three things.
Exactly.
But this can give you many alternatives.
100%.
It can just get your imagination running.
Yeah, and the more thing you see, you can always improve, undo, improve it again, and get different output every time. That's the best part about it. So let's just improve this for now. You click on the improve button, and you can see instantly you have a new text being generated. So has been delivering soundproof solutions for the automotive for over 30 years now. I think that definitely sounds a lot better than what we had done up with. And with this entire theme, it closes out this section off really beautifully. Super. So I just hit save. It's a practice almost out of habit at this point.
Keep doing that.
Never forget to unchange, because if you spend as much time developing as I have, you will have nights wherein you stay up and you forget to hit that save button, and you kind of undo things.
But this process is something you can do anytime, all over again as well.
Exactly. Right? So the thing is, when you've created this, the email that you've registered with, right? What happens? I'm sure you would have received the emails and everything on your phone.
I should have.
Wherein you can see that your account is there. You would have received all the communication for even right down to how you can log in again. So even when we've done this, the welcome to RebelCop email, that's the one. So it'll give you the entire guides, the step from where you can edit your website. If you're looking for help, we even have an academy.
So pretty much whatever you told me is summarized in this email.
This email, as well as you can access it from there. You can watch our academy. So the academy is another very useful thing for people who want to really spend some time in going around. We have all the videos and tutorials step by step which are available. So these later on, when you're getting stuck or you're having some questions, you can always feel free to come in here and just watch it. Take your own time with it. It's not a very long course. It's small snippet videos which are available and explains to you the entire process. From everything that we've done so far, changing this thing, getting a more complex website when you have multiple pages, how do you link those pages, how do you connect up those things. In fact, RebelCop just didn't stop at building and editing a website. This is just the tip of the iceberg, to be honest. We have a whole inbuilt CRM tool which is helping you collect all the data, store, structure, filter, set up automations with that data.
That's interesting. How would that CRM...
I'll kind of take you through it as well. Don't worry. So we'll go on to section by section. Coming on to next is we have a little more information about why choose us. Okay. Good. This would be a good question to answer if you
Yeah.
have something in mind. I had already given a prompt for this.
Yeah.
So, I had this one line which I felt was your in-house capability and vast experience
Yeah.
is going to be the main solution from why people should choose you.
Yeah.
So, based on that, I thought of a line like this, or we can in fact do something interesting. Is just replace active auto here and let the prompt do the rest. So why choose us? A little bit of write up. See, again, the good part is you can keep writing. I have customers of mine who go and take control and they literally change every line on their website every day, not because they have to, but because they can.
Yeah.
And that is the fun of it.
That's
Honestly,
the
that
fun.
is for people, as you
And
said.
that's how business works, because
Yeah.
every day you find out something new about your own business,
Yeah.
and you just want to optimize it, because end of the day you want
Yeah.
your business to do better.
100%. I mean, that's one of the main reasons I think when we're doing something like this, right? The idea is whatever the pointer. So, this is another very cool section. This is another widget that we use. It's called the accordion block. And this accordion block, the way it works is to design, edit it, right? It helps you put a lot of content in one place. So, one line is good enough, but let's say you want to have multiple things. So every widget actually that you see on RebelCop has its own set of settings, features, different style options, from an image to a button. You can spend hours in just designing a button if you want
Yeah.
to make it look exactly the way you want. But the ready ones are doing superb. So this is with regards to now if you want to add some more liner and pointers here. So you can change this up and you'll have a subheading onto it. You can see you can change the subheading as well, which are there. You can add a button here also if you'd like to. You can see the button gets added there at the bottom here. So a lot of things wherein you can connect it within your website or maybe to another website, maybe to an email directly, however you'd like to design it. The idea is that this entire thing sort of helps you in building that website. You can create new these sections which are there. It's a very amazing way of putting content across. So this being the according section, then as you said, the products we just have to simply upload, right? We can get the
Yeah.
pictures, keep uploading them. So I'll replace it with the second product image.
So this is basically the website being built at this time.
Exactly. So anyways, what do you plan to do? I think I'll upload duplicate image.
Yeah.
For the,
okay.
so here also what you can do, right? The file manager is really smart. You can create folders here, store your files. And I'll show you a very cool feature. So again, there on RebelCop. Now, a lot of times this happens is we don't have an image. And we have to go find it. I told you it's pixels, but we have an image directly inbuilt here. So now in your case, let's say you didn't have a project image for an exhaust.
This is your stock image.
So these are from our partners at Unsplash. Unsplash is a really big popular content bank where you can use royalty-free images and cite them and add them to your website. So now I assume, I didn't get a picture of an exhaust.
And these are free to us.
Absolutely free to use on your website. They're completely royalty-free. So let's say we want to exhaust car. We'll have maybe a few options that come up here and you can see.
Yeah.
So let's say you make exhaust, but it wasn't there. So we'll select this image now. Is there anyone you're liking? We can pick those also.
Yeah, I think the first one was that was nice.
Yeah. So it's a good image. I mean, in an automobile website too, if you don't have a lot of the parts, you're not able to get high-res photos. It's amazing. Like one of the biggest challenges when you face in design, and you can see it's a beautiful high-res image which has been added to the website. Again, it's part of your theme in terms of some of the components that you are actually manufacturing and will be able to. So these are like some of the things which we can replace up. A lot of them are already looking like automobile component parts.
Yeah, they're all automobile parts. Yeah, almost all.
But we'll find more ideal, obviously, products for your products as well. So I'll just upload a lot of them right now because you've been kind enough to share them with me. So I'll just have them all upload on our file directory. And again, just to inform everyone, these files were shared to me via WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So it was that simple to actually be able to just take it from WhatsApp, download it here, and now upload it within a second.
So you can edit the image within this crop.
Yeah.
And resize it.
So right now what we've done is made it stretch to scale so it fits and keeps the uniform.
But if I just wanted to highlight one part of it, I could just stretch it.
100%. So you've got different options. In fact, we have things within, as I said, each widget is a universe within itself. So you can add a shadow to it if you want to do it. You want to add a caption on top of the image, so you'll notice when I'm doing
this is interesting. What are the shadow thing?
So shadows like a little bit of backdrop onto it, and then you can again put a text if you want to put a like name for each of the components. Like let's say, I know this is not your component, but we do have one of your components.
But you could caption all of them. Yeah.
So like for instance, this one.
Yeah. So
this is probably, you can obviously explain to me in terms of product. This I'm assuming is the sheet, right?
Yeah.
So we can put a heading to it. So let's say this one with headlining it as a this is
an adhesive back sheet.
Adhesive back sheet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can see whether we're
yeah.
If you add a subheading to it, we can do that as well.
Then another one would be an aluminum plied. Yeah, this would be aluminum plied. Yeah. Yeah, aluminum PLIED. Yeah. Awesome. There's a spell check in that as well.
Yeah, that it does.
That's cool.
So you can then add it if you want to add a description also.
Yeah.
We can do that as well.
Yeah.
And because I think because we've not, again, what I feel is because this will make it look a little ununiform because we've not added descriptions to all of them.
Yeah.
What you have an option is also instead of overlapping on the image mouse over. So this is something very cool. It's like a feature.
So it'll show up. The caption will show up only when your mouse
hovers over it. So you can do
and
that.
And this will also work in your mobile phone
as well. Yeah, exactly.
So when you go there, it will just pop up.
So if somebody clicks on this, they won't know what it is. You got the entire description as well. And as you said, one of the key pointers when you mentioned to me when you're building this is that people should know the name of the product they're inquiring for, right? So I think this will definitely help in addressing that. We'll try to get some more product images, again in place so that we don't take too much time. I think this one we can save for later because this one has the entire description of which are the different parts. So I'll definitely add a section for this as well. So that takes care of a few of the product images with a few names for them as well. I think we can constantly work on them and obviously keep adding more and more when your product images are with you. And as well as you can hide certain sections if you're not happy with them. The good part on Rebel Cup is, let's say you want to add something more tomorrow, right? And you don't have some section designed. Like I'm seeing a very important section like who we are as a thing before we get onto our team, right?
Yeah.
We need to add that section as well. So maybe this is something we should use some of our ready blocks for because Rebel Cup also offers almost 800 plus ready blocks which are available. So at a click of button, you can have these different sections. Like tomorrow we shot a video of your factory.
Yeah.
You have this pre-designed.
That is important. Actually, if I'm catering to my OE business, that's the companies directly, then who I am, or what my company is, what our vision is, what our sort of mission statement is, all those kind of things. It'll be nice to have that on the website.
100%. So you can, let's say tomorrow, I'll keep this section ready for you. If we don't have the video, there's no problem. We can always hide and do it. So let's say about, or let's say if it's a video about your setup, some manufacturing setup.
Yeah.
Let's call it something cooler, a factory tour.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So when we have the factory tour video, what we'll do is whenever that comes in for us, you have this section. All you have to do is to simply upload a video, just paste the YouTube link. That's how simple it would be. And right now, since we don't have anything, what I can do is also I can hide it so that tomorrow in the future, when you're ready for it, you can always have these sections ready for you and you can start designing. So you can hide blocks, you can reveal them. You can notice that what we've created so far, everything is obviously changing. You have everything in place for you. You have your products also. Everything that we've added. Now let's get to this part, our team. So I noticed you didn't send us a photo actually of yourself.
Yeah.
So if we have to put you first as, I guess your designation would be a director, correct?
Yeah.
All right. And a little write-up about you is something I already have. So I'll just paste that for now. Oh, it's a little bit longer than I expected, but that's not a problem because we have AI to help us out. Let's shorten this. a lot better, right?
Yeah.
We can shorten it further if it's in case it's too much. So that always is a thing. You can shorten it, improve it, keep shortening it till you get the length you want. I think this is sounding a lot better. So we can read through it. Narendra Shenoy is a prominent Indian podcaster, storyteller, and co-host of numerous podcasts. His active social media engagement has boosted India's podcasting scene. He is the CEO for Active Auto and specializes in automobile components. So this is about us. You can also connect your social media links, by the way. So your own personal one or the company ones. We've kept a space for the company ones on top. Here you can connect your owners. And this is actually a very good thing to do because you can connect your website actually back to from your connected through your profiles by connecting your link in your bio or even Twitter or LinkedIn. All these places allow you to connect your website.
Right.
So
Now I've put my social media profiles here, and in my social media profiles, I've linked to this website as well.
Exactly, so, and this thing has a huge value when you think from the point of view of SEO and Google searching. So we don't realize it, but by posting about your site and everything, right, the more visibility you can get. This is, I think, something which obviously is a lot of people come to us after they build their sites, right? They come and they ask us, well, how do I get more customers, right? And the basic thing, as I was telling you, you go into an exhibition. It could be simple enough as putting a QR code that saying stay in touch with us and fill up that form. Let people do that. The other thing is tell people about it, post on social media, send a WhatsApp out to 500 people. You will bound to get inquiries if more people know about what you're doing and you can show it to them. Right, so that's where you can probably send a presentation out to 10,000 people at once, but putting a link there, letting anybody who's finding you, Googling you, having a connect between you and your business is what today's digital age has really become about. So coming to this thing, since I noticed we didn't have a picture of you, I thought we'll have a little fun with this. Would be all right if I can take a picture of you right now and upload it to the website to show people how easy is it to actually get content from your things. So we'll just sit in, we'll take a picture of this. I think this is brilliant. You don't even need a professional photographer at this point. I'll just share this image over and we'll have it uploaded to the website in a matter of seconds. So just to show everyone, this is how real it is. We're not just, putting everything scripted and everything. This is happening real time as we're speaking. All right. All the things that you see, which we're putting in on the website, they're all actually happening real time. So I'm going to just use this image that we've selected. So first thing I'm going to do is select on it, hit the edit image button. Same thing like we're uploading now from before. I'll upload a picture. And what I can do is to make it easier in your life later on, we'll make a folder called team. So all the team pictures or about us, what you're using can be used stored in one folder. So it's neater for you to access and change even at a later time. There you go. We upload the image. Super. So now once we selected it, we hit select on it and you'll notice that instantly it's been added to the website. And here we can have the ability to adjust it further as well. I think this is starting to look good. So you can take this similarly for your remaining team members also. And as I showed you, there's a picture that we've just clicked right now. Right. So for those of you who don't believe me, here is the image. We have literally just uploaded it in a matter of seconds on our website. And the minute we hit save, you'll notice that
it's okay.
In 1 second it was already on your website also. It's that simple. We'll scroll through it. So that's how simple it is to make changes to your website and everything. So obviously now that I've shown you how you can do this with your remaining team guys, it's super easy.
And whoever else comes in and goes out of the team.
Exactly. So let's say your team does expand. Instead of 3 people, it's actually 6 people. I want to show you a very cool hack in the future, which will be very useful for you. It's a feature which is very unique to RebelCop. Now the other guys do it that much, and we really specialize is having an ability to copy and paste the block. So we are, again, we in a world like this, we believe in working smart, not hard. So I've spent hours designing this whole layout and I've got your whole section ready. Now, let's say you want to add a few more team members. I go from the block settings, I'm going to copy this. Once I hit, it gets saved up here. Now from here, what I'm going to do is I'll paste it back.
Oh, so I got 3 more team members.
3 more team members, completely designed with the format, everything exactly the way you want. And again, if you, in case you're not needing it right now, you can always delete it. You can hide it. and at the same time keep
when I
doing it.
hide it, it's
Yeah.
hidden from people who log into or sort of pull up
Okay,
my
so
website.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you one
Yeah.
better. So let's hit save on this. Now it's got the sixth section.
Hmm.
Now the preview is the most important thing because your customers ideally are not watching your backend.
Yeah.
They are seeing only the front end.
What comes on this?
What comes on this. So whatever we put here from the back end, we hit enable and we save. You'll notice all that comes here. But the minute I don't want something to come here, let's say in the same section, I was like, I don't want the second team slot to come. So I hit hide, and you'll notice it gets hidden on the front end for everyone. But it's still there for you on the back end to then go and add on
So
later.
all I have to do is just enable it.
Yeah.
And this goes for everything. All the
Everything.
product photos, all the
Exactly.
content,
Exactly.
addresses, whatever I want.
And as I said, today we are only putting 6 products up. Tomorrow there could be 9 or 12. Again, the same concept of copy pasting comes into place, and you add this, and you can not just copy paste in Rebel. It's so powerful. It's not just across one page. You can take it across multiple pages, not just multiple pages. If you have 2 websites running and you made something like now you said you're another company. You want to make the same team section again for the other company. From here, you can switch between websites actually.
Okay.
So your different websites will all be accessed through here.
So I can have actually 2 separate websites if I choose in the future.
Yeah.
One dedicated to customers, like retail customers, and one to institutional customers in this thing. And they can be 2 completely independent.
Absolutely.
Templated
In your case, you can have a website for everything that you do. Because I think you're such an interesting man, Naren. So because like you can have your blog running from here for yourself or personal.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. So if I wanted to, just argument, right?
Yeah.
So I'm in the process of writing a book. I don't know when and if it will come out, but if it does, and I have my Twitter, and I have this, and I have a dozen things, then that can be sort of, how would that work?
So it's very easy to bring that. And see, this is a business website. Professionally, now it's going to be run by your team, by your, again.
So I could also link it. So if somebody clicked on my photo, or on this thing,
social
I could
media,
link to another website.
Exactly. So what we do with large
so prominent Indian podcaster or whatever that is,
you can connect.
On that,
So in fact, if you want to put even, let's say, link and all that stuff, it's super easy to connect those. And with a lot of big companies, what we do is we also create group websites. So for them, you'll have one main website, and then each group websites, you can link them all together. And again, it helps to, generate traffic from one business to another business. Yeah. And the same thing can be done from your, let's say you make a personal blogging site, which will be getting crazy amount of viewers. So because your blog will be popular, you already run a very successful blog. So you can start writing your blogs from here, doing all that stuff. And at the same time, keep making links to your business as well, so that it generates some sort of traffic for your website from here itself. So the other thing that we have is a product catalog. This is something we really use in B2B and we really love it. This is one feature that we've sort of designed, wherein we don't believe in just putting a button that says, hey, download our brochure. What I personally feel, this is something I learned with design and years of development and experience, is all these buttons where you want to download catalog, what we do is we take a pop-up. And the reason is, if somebody downloads your brochure, it means they're interested in your product. So it's an opportunity for you not to just let your catalog be flown in a public domain.
Get the data.
Get some sort of data, get notified every time somebody's downloading your brochure. So just sharing it to someone. If they share like that brochure can be circular on WhatsApp and forwarded to 10,000 people, and they don't know how to get in touch with you. They'll put a phone number there. But how likely are you to respond to a phone number which you don't know? How likely are you to respond to an email from some random person? Better than that is what we believe is using the data. So even the logo design, we can upload our entire catalog to it. It can be in the form of PDF, any kind of a document, if it's in Google Drive.
So basically, whatever data customer shares will be on my website or be my website.
So I'll get on the last thing when we do the forms, right? Show you how that data exactly comes, because then I'll actually fill up, show you what a demo inquiry is coming. You'll get notified via phone also. So I'll show you the entire thing. The last thing which I was thinking of adding to complete of your website is start listing some clients in, because I think, as you mentioned, the fact is in your credibility, right? When we talk about who do you work with, and if you want more people to work with, as you said, the automobile is a small business. This plays a huge role, because I think the fact when you're talking about 30 years of experience, a manufacturing setup, which is absolutely world class, what's important is, again, who you work with, so it enhances your credibility. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to add a few of the clients that you did mention to me. Few of them really, really big clients. So If I think from what I had, my understanding when you give me your introduction, one was Mahindra,
Correct.
and the other one being Force Motors, correct?
Force Motors, and yeah,
Is there anybody else also? We can
Volvo, Eicher.
Volvo and Eicher. So let's add them as well. So we've got
It's one
Mahindra.
company, so Volvo, Eicher is. Yeah.
All right. What we can do is also get the logo of Volvo.
Volvo, Eicher. Yeah, that will be. Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one.
Amazing.
So let's again
Amazing.
get this image down, because even if we did have it, no problem. So we upload the logo now.
Yeah.
Within a second, it's been added.
Oh, amazing.
Now, since we're only listing 3 here, this block has actually been designed for 5. So what we'll do is take it down 3.
Yeah.
We have different options now. We can display this. One of our blocks, which is known as a gallery block. So you can change the layout as well. Yeah, you can have it scrolling across different things. So you can design the if you want an automatic scroll, all of these things. So you have your clients also being listed. Last one is the testimonials. Now, this is a very cool block to have, because again, now I understand maybe we've not thought about this, so you don't have chance, but so temporarily, if you like, we need to keep it hidden. But I would definitely recommend putting a testimonial up there.
Yeah.
So currently, since we didn't work on it, we'll hide this block, but you'll notice the rest of it will still.
For most of the automotive companies, I think it's difficult for them to give, for an employee of the company to give a testimonial to a vendor. It's not strictly ethical.
Yeah.
But my retail customers can.
100%.
So they can.
So once we start getting orders on this, probably it's important that we can think. We handle the section anyways, so we have this also with us. Last, one of the most important sections I think which we want everyone to focus on is the forms, and this is where the CRM comes into play, the database. For a lot of people, this is your starting point. To be honest, if for a lot, we've done this in the past with a lot of customers in this thing. I made the reel also, which was about this webinar, talking about how you can have 300 customers banging on your doorstep before you launch. And I think that was the hook on the basis of which a lot of people are coming to learn that how do we actually do it. Well, the most important component, the entire website is going to be this for that to happen, because as I said, emails go unanswered, phones can be missed. It's impossible to have a website if it's working for you 24/7, 365 days a week, and all around the world. The only way we can make that possible and make it happen is actually if we use our forms and design them in such a way that they're working for our business and helping us generate those leads back exactly the way we want in the format that we need. So this, part of what I like to do is, right, I like to work with business and design these forms in detail, because it will reduce your sales cycle. If somebody's coming to your doorstep, now this is a very generic form. I think the one which we have on the template by default, it's very generic. It serves the purpose of doing everything. But in this case, since we're saying we have the ability to design and edit these fields as well.
Yeah.
So right from a name, subject, message, I mean, that's great. But let's say one more field, because you're in the B2B space, we can add different fields. I think one which can be very useful is a company name. Right.
Correct.
So if we can keep that, I think that's a good thing to add. You can again change the order of the form. Yeah. Now we've added company name there. The other thing that I felt, which you mentioned to me, is having a phone number.
Correct.
Because if somebody's shown interest, it's important that you be able to get in touch with them back.
Correct.
The last thing which I feel we can design using a little bit, so these are the standard CRM properties which I built, like your name, address, city, phone number, country. Another one which we needed. The more details you have, the better you're prepared as well, right? So if you want, we can have that as well. The other thing we can customly design are different fields. So one I had an idea was to add maybe a checkbox. And let's design the checkbox to say, what product are you interested in, right?
So we have, let's say, 3 products. Yeah.
We can create those in the checkbox. So it can be one. You can tell me which is the 3 products.
So you call an adhesive back sheet.
Adhesive back sheet.
One aluminum clad sheet.
Clad sheet.
One paper. One is let's say magnetic melt sheet.
Magnetic melt sheet.
Yeah, let's say these 3 categories.
Perfect. So you have an option to make it required, so that everyone has to answer this question.
So if it doesn't, then it will tell you, please.
Please do it. Exactly. So some things we can keep optional. Like I think the company name is okay. You keep it. Rest of stuff I think is quite mandatory. And phone number, obviously, you can just have that. And so you can see all of this has been added to your form, and it's already there. And now we hit save on this, and I'll show you something very interesting. So two things are going to happen now when we are completing this website. We're going to obviously show you after this how you connected your domain, you start promoting it, and you start getting traffic for it. I'll do a sample test fill up for you of how it's going to look. I want to purchase your products. I am a car manufacturer. Right? So this could be the thing. And which product I'm interested in. So let's say I'm interested. I can even select multiple.
Correct.
Which I think in your case is awesome. So now when I hit submit on this, what will happen is we'll make sure that the form submit has been designed. So you have more options also. You can again, you can show a thank you message. You can show how you want to thank you for your inquiry. You can design that whole thing as well. So this is how you want to tag these customers. You want to connect them to an email marketing list also because we're collecting their data. Let's also do all these things before I fill it up for you. So let's make our interested customer list. So I know a lot of it I might be going a little too fast, but when I'll fill this form and show you what
it's very logical actually. Yeah. So because what you've done is you just added this customer to another list so that I've got a summary of that now.
So, and the thing is, I can design the message also, which we want to show after the thank you. So thank you. Our team will get in touch with you shortly. So we can just hit save on that. Now I'll resubmit that form and show you what the data is looking like. Because now that we're starting to use it, I can show you how the entire thing is going to be. And see, the more you will use it, you can again customize like okay, your quantity, like how I've created this drop down. You can have different things like 0 to 50, 100 to 200, 500 plus, and based on that, refine your sales rate. And you can see now the messages will come as well. And the good part is this data, because we have a CRM tool. So first thing I want to ask you to check is have you got an email regarding my inquiry? Because you set it up already. You would have been notified by email also that you have received an inquiry on your website.
So you have a new form submission.
Exactly. So you will, first thing that happens is you get
and it's saying Akash Chaturvedi so and so triple call. This is the phone number I want to message.
So that happened almost instantly. So all these people now in the future we're going to do it. If you want, we can again show it to our audiences as well what the form submit looks like, and then we'll show you the CRM also. So as you can see, the mail is very straightforward. It's the exact same inquiry for those of you who are watching it. It's on the phone. It's exactly, and this can happen instantly. And let's say tomorrow, you want to pass it on to somebody else. Like let's say now you have somebody in your sales.
I have a salesperson.
So what we can do is go on to the settings, send an email notifications to the sales email ID. So it won't just reach you; it'll reach another person in your organization. You can add multiple people here just by adding a comma and adding their email ID as well.
It makes sense because I would probably have a dedicated person to handle all these inquiries.
Exactly.
And I won't be able to handle all of them. So
it makes, but it's important that you're being notified as well. Right?
But I do get notified. So I know that I've got that.
And not only that, so it will also allow you when you go into the contact section, right? Now you can see this is the CRM. So from here, you can see the entire details of all the leads. So this is me as another one contact.
So now if I have 100 of these, I'll add those 100 email IDs and 100 phone numbers.
Exactly. And let's say you get a phone call from somebody whom you know, and they say, I placed an inquiry on your website and everything. You can, from your search, filter that data. You can see what was the inquiry, go back to it, refer it to it whenever you need. This data that's being built up is actually the core of your business for the next coming time.
And this is my property.
These customers that you own, right, who have the data, today they might have inquired but not purchased after your sales team. But what's important is if you keep engaging with them,
Correct.
And you keep nurturing them and telling them there's something new happening. You'll are having new products. You'll have maybe signed on a new client. Eventually, that kind of corporate communication is what you have to do. Today in B2B businesses, the biggest thing we talk to companies about is that you don't have to spend lakhs of rupees on social media when you're talking to 2,000 customers. In your case, that market of automobile guys are a small universe in which if you have the data, all these people, they've come and inquired you and you're able to engage back with them constantly and directly send them a WhatsApp, send them a small greeting. So there was something every month that's happening. That's the best part of India. We have, one festival that you can.
We have so many festivals.
We have one festival you can genuinely, and we have them. Luckily for us, because we've been doing this for years, we have a whole, email and automation tool which is here, from where you can design. You can see I've been added to the emailer list also now, so I can design the emails from here itself. So I can create email campaigns that can go out, or WhatsApp and SMS campaigns that can go out to your customers. And again, because as I was mentioning, the festivals are already there, so you can see the designs are kind of already they're already templates which are ready to use. So if I look into our templates, we have this entire thing called the festival and holiday emailer. So you can see Women's Day, Christmas, Diwali, all of them.
So you have templated it. Sort of.
And all you have to do is place your logo here. And it's a great Diwali message. And in case you're creating something like nowadays, everyone knows how to make it on Canva, right? Just upload your own Canva image, greeting that you're sending on WhatsApp to your clients. Have a professional email or professional WhatsApp to go out to not just the existing ones, but the ones who might become clients in the future by just sending that one message.
Yeah, which is exactly what CRM is supposed to do, right?
And this is simple CRM. It coming inbuilt with your website. And you can use it even to create. This is very cool to create automations. So, like now, for instance, I filled the form up. I got a thank you message. But what would be even more amazing is if I could send an email back, automate the entire process that I filled up your form. Let's say at 4 a.m, and I'm sitting in the US, and I get an email back saying, "Hi, thank you for your inquiry. Why don't you view our brochure meanwhile? And our team will get in touch with you very shortly."
Yeah,
you can automate.
Which is a more. It's like very personal.
Yeah. Exactly, and that's what this thing is supposed to be doing for you. Actually, is that every customer requires that person, especially in your case, because you're talking about such a high ticket order that's going to come in. If they're placing an order for 50, 100 sheets, it's important that one WhatsApp, that one email, something after they've interacted. I mean, today you buy something on Amazon, I buy like a 50 rupee toothbrush also. I get emails, WhatsApps about till the time it reaches my house, even after it reaches my house. So this is nothing more than just creating your systems and processes. And today it's easier than ever because it's all happening from that same core of your website. Because from where that customer first finds you to how you constantly keep engaging with them is where you can actually leverage the maximum out of your digital today. So that being said, we can later on branch it out into even bring in appointments. So if you want to take online appointments or do sales calls, site visits, you can book those also directly through here. So there's endless possibilities.
So that's great for institutional business and that kind of stuff.
I mean, we ourselves at Rebel Corp use a lot of sales demos. So I'll show you what that looks like to give somebody an idea. We obviously, since we are a little short on time, we will be having a different segment on it where we will be taking you through all these different features for all the people who are staying tuned. We're going to have these kind of events happening in very soon. And the good part is you can actually go on, and this is how the appointment booking system would look. So you select your date, your time. This is how you can book. For those of you who are interested,
you can make it update your calendar as well.
Yeah, it blocks a Google Calendar not just for you as per your schedule, but also for your customer. Yeah. So this is something that if anyone of us is interested who's joining in the webinar today, feel free. You can go on the Rebel Corp page and there's a book a demo button which is available right from here. So you can book a demo with us directly by hitting the get started, and our team will get in touch with you, help you out with whatever you have in your business needs and help you in getting online.
So someone will reach out from Rebel Corp either in person or online and go through this demo process.
Exactly. So a demo, and we use it for our businesses. We have different clients who are using it for different businesses. We have restaurants who are using it to take appointments at their restaurant. We have different guys like consultants who are doing online scheduling. We have somebody who's doing yoga lessons with it. So there's a mix of different kind of people. I mean, the best part about what we do here at Rebel Corp is being able to have an opportunity to help everyone digitalized. And whether you're a big company or a small person who's just had
So
a
it's
dream
sort
and
of
idea.
a website integrated with the CRM thing. So
Exactly,
yeah, so
exactly. And in
that
fact, so
website is the entry point and the back end, all this.
all of this stuff comes with you. So even if you're starting for free, actually, that's one of the biggest features is that for your first time inquiries, it's absolutely free. After which you have to upgrade, we have different pricing plans and slabs. But the real thing is that you can start online. And for a lot of people, I tell them, I go to different incubators, startup cells, where I give them talks about this. And the entire idea is they come with a lot of, they made a really good presentation. My entire urges them was like put this presentation, convert it into a landing page or a website for your business, and connect that form and start promoting it. Because if you can, like, we had this case with a restaurant which we had done in the past, and the restaurant didn't launch, but they had a menu and photo shoot done for their menu. I'm not even kidding. They started sharing around friends, family, posting on WhatsApp groups, all this thing, put the links out there before they even finalized their locations, because they were so easy to sign up, and people, they all we had written was, if you like what you see on the menu and you like the photos, stay tuned with us and we'll let you know. So that is one way to go. Pre-orders are another one. Like in your case now, D2C, when you're trying to do orders direct to consumers, maybe you can say we'll add another form later saying, okay, we're accepting orders from customers, pre-orders right now, because that's a, I mean, Tesla, if you look at, they pre-ordered the entire
Yeah.
factory basically on pre-orders. They built an entire factory on that. So if you can get 500 customers before you actually begin the process of building the factory, I think today that's what digital is able to do for you. And if you're able to leverage that, I mean, there's nothing that can stop
No,
you.
and the best kind of sales page is when the customer gets the sales page
Yeah.
rather than somebody delivers it to him. So
Yeah.
it's there,
Yeah.
and the customer is pulling it. So
Yeah.
the sort of level of
It's
engagement
always,
is
I
much
mean,
more.
even in business, I think it's a very good problem to have, is to have a customer then to go finding a customer,
Yeah.
right? I think it's such a simple
Customer
thing.
wants to find out what
Yeah,
it is.
what it is, you've got to interest the customer, you will figure out how to solve the remaining problem. So this is what, in essence, when we are looking at a lot of things, I'll also show you a few things which will be very useful going in the future once your site is up and running, right? I'll show you, there's this thing when you click on a button from where you can handle your settings. So you get full analytics on your daily traffic, monthly traffic, on how many people are coming in. So once you run it for, like, let's say a month after this, and let's say we're going to start promoting on social media, let us meet again. So today is 13th November, right? Let us do a thing. I'll try to come and visit you around 13 December just to see after our episode goes live, after we've shared it around, to see what kind of traffic comes on the website, because we will link it, we will be sharing it to everyone also. You'll be able to see how many people are coming in on a day-to-day basis, an hourly basis, which are your most popular pages on your website. Currently, obviously, it's not built, so I'm not able to show it to you. Where is that traffic coming from? This is a very important thing. This one little pointer will give you an indication that we this
Such as like
Google,
LinkedIn,
LinkedIn,
okay.
Twitter, it'll segregate and give you that
Okay.
data back that these many people got redirected from this, which will be a very good indication for you on the coming month from, let's say.
So if you want to make
December
a
to
campaign
January.
or we want to reach out to people, which will be the best places to focus on.
Exactly. And you know what
Because
happens?
everyone has their own
So
function.
I work with a lot of clients when they're in the early starting stages, right? I tell them, with customers, I tell them all the time, I say, just do organically what you can leverage, see what works well, and then decide where to spend money. I mean, today, because of, thanks to platforms like Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn, you can run advertisement on all of them. And the good part is you can set your own budget up. So it's very easy to get visibility for your website. I mean, the entire thing of running ads and all, it's today become easier than ever. And I think going ahead in the future will become more and more where people are spending on advertising, because you can target, you can pinpoint the kind of customers you would like to talk to. Make sure that your ad is visible in front of your audience. Like in your case, if you want to talk to a head of an automobile component company today, with LinkedIn, you can target that profile. Say somebody who's in the automobile sector, maybe a head of procurement and purchasing, you can actually bring that targeting down to that finite level. So in that sense, when you're thinking about it, spending money to bring traffic to a website is something which I really recommend everyone to do, because that's when the actual fun starts. But we don't realize we're going out, exhibitions, all that stuff. What is it that brings us traffic? So a lot of people, they'll spend money on Facebook and realize, oh wait, 80% of my traffic comes from Google. So then that should be your first indication to say, let's actually do something on Google instead of spending on Facebook. And this is where you can make these decisions also. So it's one thing about being able to do that. But then again, simple things like your storage and bandwidth, that's now to do with which plan you're on. The other thing is the admin. So now I know in the large.
So now, the important question is, suppose it really takes off, number of inquiries.
Yeah.
Then how do I increase Like for example, it shouldn't be saying that your storage is full or your bandwidth is full.
So luckily with RevCop, the way our system designs, you get warnings, and you will get a thing when your
it's like the Google thing.
Is
so if your storage is
exactly 90%, you get your
1
mails,
you
all
go
that
for-
stuff. So let you know beforehand and keep telling you, and also send you a
So
link.
your thing is 80% thing.
Automated, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what we're building for.
So it's scalable, basically.
It is completely scalable. So we have sites again based on which plan you need, depending on how many pages you
Obviously,
require.
initially it will be very, very low.
Yeah, very low. And then as and when
Yeah.
your business grows, it's the same way when we purchase a phone bill. So we have to upgrade as our usage goes up. And I think with the businesses, when you can start for free, our premium plans also are, when you're looking at 2,000 visitors a month, also somewhere around 2,700 rupees a month or something like that, and 799 for the mini plan. And if you're doing a business website, which is the most popular one, like most people who are not doing e-commerce or not taking appointments end up using a business website, which is our most popular plan. That comes to roughly around 1799 per month, which I think in USD translated roughly around hardly any, like $20 odd or something like that. So it's very easily affordable for that audience, and for everybody, whether you're in India, you're globally around the world, you can make it as per your needs. You don't have to be told by some tech person who is in the past and your website is going to cost you X amount of money, and you don't know what you're paying for.
Yeah.
The infrastructure cost is fixed. What today you can be paying more for the creative, is for the advertising, is maybe for once you cross a certain amount of threshold of subscribers, increase that. So you can keep engaging, marketing, automating those things to go out as well. So yeah, that is some of the things which I feel are the overview on the builder. There's obviously a lot of more things that you can keep building and developing. And so that closes a little bit on how we take it. I'm sure like one important question which everyone needs to figure out is the domain name. Because right now, if you notice, it says .ravelcop.in. That's because it's made on our system. But for those of you who do not have a domain name, if you visit Ravelcop, right, we have our own domain name store as well, from where we can connect it to your website and do the entire bit for you. Otherwise, if you have your own website also, I mean, you have your own domain name, you will be able to connect. So we have a domain store from where you can pick up the domain, and we'll have a connect with the website you've designed. At the same time, a lot of people have the existing domains already with them. In that case, it's very simple. There's a video on it as well where you can just copy paste. So what you have to do is, let's say if I want to connect it to your website, right? So all I have to go is go into the domain settings, add the item. Just to explain, because a lot of people, I'm going to sound very technical at this point. If it's active auto installations.com. Assuming, let's say that is what we get and that what is, all you have to do is go and into a settings where again you have a step-by-step video which will guide you into your domain settings and copy paste these. That's it, these 2 lines.
Okay.
It's that simple. I mean, it sounds very technical when you call it a name record and a C name record, but in essence, you for a end user,
just basically the numbers that you will get from your domain.
So there's something called a DNS again. So what I can show you is connecting a domain. We also have this help center, by the way. So this is a very useful thing. So whenever you're getting stuck, you can see connect domain. So you can search out your queries, and I'll show you a step-by-step process of that also from here only. So to connect a domain, as I showed you, first thing you have to put in the URL. Then you get these 2 records, as I mentioned. Then if you go to GoDaddy, there's a DNS button here. So when you click on that DNS button, you have to just add these 2 things. So you select a name record, click on that, put in the IP. Second thing, C name record.
The workflow is you go to either your domain store or any domain store, wherever you got your
so
domain
on our
from,
domain store, it
automatically. If I already had a domain with GoDaddy, I would go to GoDaddy and get
just connected. Those 2 copy paste of lines which I showed you in that step-by-step tutorial. So you can have it connect your own domain name, start promoting around. The other things that you can do is, again, if you're having troubles in the future and all, we have a whole tech support team that's available 24/7 to help you raise a ticket. You can chat up with the guys. They'll be able to help solve your entire queries wherever you're getting stuck. Having any issues, the team is available to solve out those issues. So even later on, when you're running your own website and you have some challenges or you're running it, we have tons of different things that can be done out of it. So those are some of the, for anyone who's joining us and wants to explore, continue being in touch with Ravelcop, you try making your own website. We have an amazing partner program, and we have now almost 500 pan-India partners who are for the people and doing it.
So I can hire someone to do all this.
Exactly. So the experts are coming in from colleges where we, again, Ravelcop's been a course for almost 2 years now in those colleges. We have amazing talent pool of students which are available, who are all skills certified. They've given examinations on the software and have passed those examinations and have worked with us, got on-site training, and worked with real clients. You can work with them, partner agencies, all of these guys who are available through our platform, and be able to help you not just build your website, also taking it to another level. How do you grow it? How do you get the next thing done? How you create automations more advanced? And all the things which are, again, with this starting point of this one website is a beginning to your digital world that is going to open up. So that sort of sums up our session. I hope everyone who joined us did enjoy and have a good time with it. You know, if there are any questions and everything, we'll have a little 10-minute segment before we close on how we do it. My last thing, just getting back to on Naren. So, again, we've discussed so many things, and right from building it, connecting it. Today, we've actually connected it. Now I just have to link it up to your domain. That's all that's left. And we have it completely. You can see the forms, everything are running. We've got so much done in some very little bit of time, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot more that can be done and more sessions like this. So I think on closing, I would just obviously, given the fact your expertise and what you've been able to share with us and all our audience joining in today, I feel if you can give us 2 bits, for a lot of us who are young entrepreneurs who are coming up, for me, few people who are joining in, what would be your advice? Because I think from your journey, if you can share us some of the insights, something that we should be learning, it's something that we would love to take away from our session today. Besides, obviously, learning how to build a website is one part of what we're trying to show, but to make it a little better for our audiences, I think if there is something I have to ask you. When you were starting, let's take it as a scenario, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, when you were doing your business. Before that, I think you were working as well as a professional, right?
Yeah.
So how would you say that we should do this?
So in my, give me my 2 bits. I didn't realize it when I was younger, but now it's that all businesses, every single business, okay, it's about selling things.
Yeah.
Whether you make them yourself, you get them from somewhere, you get someone else to do it. When I started a business, I thought it was making things.
Yeah.
And I made things, but the real business is actually selling things. And there are 3 things in, at least which I learned. One is to find someone who wants what you're making. If that guy doesn't want, you can somehow persuade him to buy it once.
Yeah.
But he's not your customer. You're just doing jabardasti.
Yeah.
The business blooms only when, and I think world has changed so dramatically so soon that one task of finding the person or the company or whichever business is that needs your product, the reach has gone up exponentially.
Yeah.
So as a person, you could maybe contact 10 people in a day. This thing will contact 10 million, 10 billion, anywhere across the world. The second thing is, when back in the day, this was a thing in India because of the monopolistic thing. When people came, the mindset was the customer needs our product. So you start acting pricey and you don't care about the customer. So poor service and poor customer relations used to be a thing. It was. Now world has changed. You have millions of customers,
exactly.
and unless you really hold your customer close to you, that's not going to happen. And the third thing is, you always want to know if your customer is happy and how you can make that customer happier. Then you got it sorted.
Yeah.
It's a continuous process. If you do these 3 things, I think any business you can just succeed without any problem. Yeah.
Super. I think that's a really insightful thing that you shared with us. It's the simple things that you have to do right in business at the end of the day, which will do it. I think that's great learning from all of us who are joining in as well. If there are any questions, I think we have another 5-10 minutes left on our clock before. So
I'm also going to, I promise that I will tell you the story of Narendra Shenoy and Mr. Narendra Shenoy.
Yeah.
So this happened many years ago, and we had, my wife and I, we had gone to China and we had imported some furniture. Now, the furniture was going to be shipped in a container.
Yeah.
And so I had a customs guy, a clearing agent, who would handle everything for me.
Yeah.
The container took a lot longer than we expected.
Yeah.
It also happened that we had booked a trip abroad, so we had to go. So I signed all the documentation. I paid. I calculated all the duty cost, paid the money, everything. And the customs, my clearing agent said, I'll handle everything for you. And when I finally left, I reached Paris, I get a call saying that, sir, are you in India? Can you come? I said, no, I'm not in India. I can't come. What's the problem? So he says that, your import-export code number is in the name of Narendra Shenoy. And the invoice that your Chinese, you know, supplier has sent is the name of Mr. Narendra Shenoy. And the shipping company wants an affidavit saying that Narendra Shenoy and Mr. Narendra Shenoy are the same. So I had to write out an affidavit saying that to the best of my knowledge, Narendra Shenoy and Mr. Narendra Shenoy are the same person. So this is my claim to fame. That I had actually had to tell someone that it's the same person.
That is a very fun story. I think if even like anybody who's watching this in the export business, it's a good tip. To just
I don't know if this is still true. It was there back in the day.
Yeah. So on that note, I think if there are any questions, anybody else would like to, feel free to throw in some, anything. If you have, again, as I said, Rebelcorp's always very accessible. Our sites are available 24/7. And today you can go, even after our session today, visit activeautoinstallations.com, which we've taken live right now. And hopefully you all can come check it out, see what we build with it, and eventually also go and inquire and spread the word. So I think this is going to be a fun thing, and we thank you all for joining us on this thing, and especially you, Narendra. So thank you for your time.
It was a great pleasure and a lot of things to learn, and it's not every day that you learn so many things. So that was a great delight. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, my mind is overflowing with ideas and things, and I'm just, I'm just going to take a cool half an hour and try and digest everything that I've learned.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for your time, sir. And all of you all joining us, thank you as well, and wish you all the very best. Keep exploring, keep learning, and stay tuned to everything happening on Rebelcorp. Thank you guys so much.